Welcome back to Impossible Live. Welcome if you're popping in and joining us for the first time. And no matter where you are, no matter what time zone, just wishing you a peaceful day. And this virtual toast is for you. If we haven't met to have one recently, let's create a chance to catch up. One of the things I'm smiling at as we wait sometimes for technology to join us is today's session is the song Remember Who You Are. And the version that I shared with you in LinkedIn comments and that I'll share on Meta is a version that I had the pleasure of listening to beautiful Suede sing and Olivia Travel Vacation. And I just remember sometimes there are songs that kind of light you up and take you places. And what's really funny is in the process of putting up today's session, I was reminded there's an even earlier version than me hearing beautiful Suede sing. And that version was by Norman Connors and Phyllis Hyman. And yep, I'm a Phyllis Hyman addict too. I think one of the interesting things about song and music and the lyrics is the places they can take us. And this is a reminder of Journey's celebrated a milestone birthday recently. And thank you all very much for lots of birthday wishes and also lots of love and light during a milestone birthday break. Regardless of how you plan on celebrating yours, I was really reminded to kind of dial in to the gift of laughter. We're with our beautiful cousins in their amazing home. And we have been laughing like nobody's business. And I needed to remember how to do that. I think that's one of the things, besides remember who you are. I had the pleasure of meeting Christy Williams on Saturday. We went to dinner. And it's so nice to bridge the gap of online friendships to meet each other in person. And hey, here's beautiful Christy. Just hello, gorgeous Christy. Just mentioning you. And Christy, here's another virtual toast because boy, we forgot to take a photo, didn't we? Grateful for you and your love and light. And I think sometimes part of the lyrics of songs like this are that it starts with the word remember. And sometimes we have memories that they just pop up. Others bring them to us as if they're a gift. And I was really reminded of the gift of the lyrics of the song, that we all go through periods where there's doubt, there's a pause. We need to decompress, or as amazing coaches are helping me focus on that process of deconditioning. And in the deconditioning, to just move some stuff out of the space and remember some of the grace, because we all forget it. So thank you again, Leslie Flowers, for reminding me this morning that I hadn't posted Remember Who You Are. In such, yes, Christy, big virtual hugs back to you. Such a pleasure to meet you and see your beautiful smile in person. I think one of the things that really hits me about this song is we forget our origins. We don't share those stories all the time. We don't share the spaces where we began. We don't share the things that bring us joy. We forget them sometimes. And in the process of celebrating this birthday, I'm really delighted to have returned to a place of incredible happiness and peace with our amazing cousins. I needed that gift of peace, and Kimberly Lechenik will laugh as we're preparing next week for gratitude pockets of peace. Have to really remember to pack some of this in the suitcase to take back home. We forget sometimes our light. We forget our origin stories. We forget to share them, the things that are really important to us. And there's a line in the song about clouds of doubt. We can all feel that. And kind of causes us sometimes to lean back And I was really, besides loving visiting our cousins, I think they remind us of how they started and kind of how we started. You know, they used to love when we went away for a weekend because they would apartment sit for us way before we knew what that existed. But the real reminder to lean in and remember the light part, because that's the part I think that we kind of bridge back and we bridge past. We lose our light, we lose our spark, we lose healthy fuel, just like Leslie Flowers. She had no idea as she spotlighted today's live stream, or maybe she did because it would be a Leslie Flowers thing as we're sending her warm hugs and healing energies. And she's like, hey, Melanie's supposed to go live today. Where's her event? And it's a real reminder as we change our rhythm, our vibes, how we show up, and really our voices or our footprint. We don't always share what's at the core. Hopefully it's love. Hopefully it's lightness. For some, carrying some really heavy stuff and looking for safe places to just discharge that and people just to lift us up in the journey. So much fun seeing Christy eye to eye after listening to her beautiful voice on Jackie's Monday night show and watching her comments, her engagement, and she just kind of reached through online to reach across with what I like to call smiles across the miles. We think of that and people are like, you're carrying lightness. You're sharing joy. We sometimes forget to refill that wellspring. And I'm really reminded in what I'm starting to really call the power of the pause, to give myself that same permission that I give others. I've forgotten sometimes about the dreamer inside, and that dreamer will always live within, whether it's a day, whether I'm sharing my full color dreams or they're buried in a journal, black and white. What I'd love to encourage you and invite you to do is, when you have a chance, really listen to the words of the song. Share them with someone. That's right, Christy. That's right. We all need to lift each other. And we really forget that. We forget that part of us showing up, part of us sharing our voice, part of us trying to share our light is that we're trying to help others get to the point where they really feel it and they feel like they can flourish. And sometimes as we're showing up with that, we don't necessarily feel it ourselves. So that's the part of remembering who we are, whether it's a gray day, whether it's a sunny day like today in beautiful Florida, whether it's a day filled with laughter or a day filled with celebrating the life of someone we love. What I really appreciate is the reminder in this power of the pause moment, a real chance to really think of what I want to change after the milestone birthday. I don't usually acknowledge mine. I want to thank those of y'all who have encouraged and stepped into the Fearless Hudson Valley fundraiser that I started for my birthday and kicked off on Purple Thursday. And for those who don't know, I'm on the board of Fearless Hudson Valley, an amazing not-for-profit which provides advocacy, education, and support in addition to non-residential and residential services for survivors of intimate partner violence, also known as domestic violence, human trafficking, of teen dating violence. And next year we'll be celebrating our 40th anniversary. And part of the remembering who you are is remembering to dream in full color, of Mel dancing full out as we celebrate that anniversary. And I think one of the things sometimes is I forget, and I appreciate Roy Kowarski and Martin Stark on Friday for a dialogue about the conversations about storytelling. We forget sometimes if we don't share who we are, we don't share not necessarily every step to how we got here, because boy, that'd be a real long journey. But just the invitation to share who you are a little bit more with someone who you trust, who you care for, and hopefully someone who loves you back. I was really appreciative of this pause and the need for it. And also the reminder as I'm encouraging you and others to keep reaching out to people you haven't had a chance to speak to recently, people you haven't had a chance to thank recently. I was able to thank Christy on Saturday for the grace that she shares in what I like to call sacred spaces. We need people to encourage us, to invite us, to warm us up, to light up our steps, to take some time to let us know when we can't see ourselves. Mental fitness, we would call, we're looking at the eyes of the judge. We're not seeing ourselves as clearly as others do. To remember just to lean in with what Martin Stark, the courage champion, calls his courage pillars. Have the courage to just reach out and lift up. Today, I wasn't really sure about going live today, and I have to really share that for those of you who haven't hit the go live button yet. And yep, Christy, we could definitely talk some more about that. And you reminded me of an Alicia Keys song, A Woman's Worth. Many of us in the remember who we are, there's a shadow there. And this has been an incredible year for me of doing some really deep shadow work, of continuing it and accelerating it with the help of really, really, really amazing coaches. And it's a real reminder, as Christy's reminding us, we never know what others are carrying. We never know what stories they're not comfortable sharing. We're never sure what memories they're hiding. And I think part of it is the need to remember, whether it's in a journal, whether it's in a poem, whether it's in a song, whether it's in a smile, that somewhere there's somebody who reminds us, we hear you, we see you, we feel you, and we love you, and we really care. And it's like Christy's saying, in terms of worth or in terms of value, we don't always learn to value ourselves. And for some, it slows the steps down. It slows the progress down. It slows the pace down. What I'm really learning in this process of treasuring energy and really learning to pause to kind of listen to my own voice. Christy's reminding us we all need to lift each other up. And on the days when you don't have energy to lift yourself up, there's somebody around who hopefully you're letting them know that you need a little spark. I didn't raise my hand and say, hey, I need a little spark. And the universe sent the most healthy, beautiful fuel, lots of it, and lots of light. But I think the thing that's hardest is because we don't accurately see ourselves, we don't see maybe the wisdom that we're carrying, the knowledge, the grace, the care. Remember sometimes that what you're projecting outwards gotta take a pause and turn that light inwards so that you feel it, feel nourished by it, you feel lifted by it. My human design coaches and I appreciate you all have really helped me understand the word of deconditioning. Gotta discharge some of the stuff slowly and carefully with tremendous support so that we have a chance to break the pattern. We can mix it up. We find the invitation to move past toxic relationships and ones that are filled with some unhealthy relationships to, as Christy saying, remember, we are love. And we don't always feel that. We don't always see it. We don't always sense it. Others do way before some of us do. I smile because smiles across the miles is something I learned from you popping in and joining and lifting up. And it's a way too to say thank you for your grace in every space and for everything that you're bringing to others. Thank you for taking the time to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to say I hear you. Thank you for taking the time to say I see you, I feel you. We all need that. There's somebody who, my dad had vascular dementia. And in the process of a really long journey, towards the end of it, I got a chance to see that last wonderful memory of Dad treasuring music, singing without sounds. It was almost as if he was lip syncing to us. A wonderful song from the 70s or the 80s that was bringing him tremendous joy. And on that note, we're going to continue with lots more musical selections, as well as more amazing guests. But I just need to say thanks for reminding Mel that I'm possible too, and for reminding me of the importance of hitting that go live button. There's somebody somewhere who's where I was 3, 5, 7 years ago, terrified to hit that go live button. There's somebody somewhere who needs to hear your wisdom, your joy, your voice when you feel like coming out to play with others. Grateful to leave sunny Florida, not rushing to pack, but really grateful to leave with the love and the joy and the memories. Hey Jay, welcome young Jedi, with amazing memories of just the peace of hanging out with our cousins. There's such a tranquility in their beautiful home, and really such a joy. And I promise to remember who I am and carry that light with me as we need to get ready to celebrate their anniversary, which is coming up. So it's kind of been, an informal way to celebrate the steps we take in life, a chance to lift some of the clouds, enjoy some of the sunshine, see some of the bright light and the bright grace. And I think one of the hardest things about this is that lens through which we look and see ourselves sometimes gets a little cloudy. And really grateful for dear friends and amazing family who really reminds, breathe. I was holding my breath and been talking about this a lot lately because I didn't even realize it in the process of just trying to live full out with intentionality. Keep an eye on when your reserves are a little bit lower. Reach out to somebody you love and let them know something that lifts you up. Invite them to join you, because there'll come a day, there'll come a way where they'll look into your beautiful eyes and they'll see that you need someone to remember who you are. Suede's version is rich. She's got a buttery voice. And Phyllis Hyman, love her version too. And today, delighted to share them with you as we're celebrating. And yep, Mel took a hard birthday pause last week to remember who she is. And I want to thank you for joining me to remind me of who you are, whether you're doing it live or on team replay, whether you're doing it across the miles or when we've had a chance to recently celebrate seeing each other in person. I will be bummed to miss seeing Christy again before I leave sunny Florida. But I want to thank you wherever you are. I hope you're safe. And our friends in Jamaica and the islands who've been dealing with unimaginable weather, I wish you very safe travels. Until we meet again, dear friends, come back in to Impossible Live and raise a glass to someone who remembers who you are and treasures who you are and reminds you, don't let that light go out. Stay safe, stay well, stay inspired. Please stay in touch and take great care. Have a peaceful day and a peaceful week filled with blessings, opportunities, and possibilities. Until we meet again, take great care.